This fish tank has been sitting outside for months, and today I'm going to work on restoring it by cleaning it up, adding some plants and some shrimp in here, and hopefully leave it looking like new by the end of it. So let's get started. All right, so first let's clean this thing out. As you can see, there is quite a bit of dirt in here, some sand, and even a TIE fighter. So we're gonna get rid of all this stuff by just dumping it into this plastic bag. I don't think any of this is worth saving because it's all too mixed to pull apart individually. So I'm just gonna empty it out. All right, and as you can see, there's some strange rust spots right here in the corner. So we're gonna see if we can get those out. All right, I'm gonna use this tool right here to get the last bits of this soil that's in here. All right, so now that it's completely empty, let me show you some of those spots that I think might be a little troublesome. So as you can see, most of the glass is quite stained already, but there is that rusty spot. I'm not sure how that happened because it's glass, but we're just gonna wash it up and see if it comes out. So let's get started. All right, now that that's done, I'm gonna rinse this out and we're gonna get some better stuff to clean some of these stains. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so this is as good as I can get it with just water and paper towels. So to clean the rest of these stains, I'm gonna use Barkeeper's Friend, and this is non-toxic, so it shouldn't affect the fish, but I'll try to get as much of it out. And all I'll do is just pour some in here. Right, get some water, and then get scrubbing. All right, I think that looks a lot better. I'm gonna rinse it out and then just clean up the last few touches, but I think most of it came out, so I think we're looking good. All right, so there it is. It's looking a lot cleaner. Got all those stains out, and really I recommend this stuff because it works pretty well. So let's move on to the next step. Believe it or not, that took forever, maybe an hour. But now, what I'm gonna do is put some of this aqua soil in here. All right. Well, that's too much. All right, let's see if we can make that work. Might be too much, I might take some out, but that is the layer number 1. So I'll add the next one. All right, so layer number 2 is the lava rock that is in this bag. First, I'm gonna even out some of this aqua soil here and see if it's gonna work out or if it's too much. Yeah, this might be a little too much. So I'm gonna take some out. All right, just a little bit. I'm gonna use a spoon. All right, that's probably good, that'll work. So what I'm gonna do now is grab some of this, rinse it out, and then put it in the tank. So go ahead. Whoa. Something like that. Yeah, this is perfect. This is gonna work. And there's just a bunch in here, so. Can you see? All right, so yeah. What I wanna do here is kind of stack near the back and maybe a few peaks near the front. And it's just gonna give it a cool look, kind of like some kind of cave. That's the vision we're going with here. So I'm gonna clean these up and then play around with some of these orientations here. So let's do it. All right, so the hardscape is complete. I really like the way it turned out because I was able to stack the rocks near the back and keep the front of the tank wide open. So what I'll be doing next is show you what kind of plants are going in here. These are called dwarf baby tears. I should have probably bought 2 or 3 more of these, but hopefully I'll be able to make this work, and maybe over the next few months these will grow like crazy and I'll have a plant. So I'm gonna split this up and we'll get planting. I'll just glue this onto the rock and put some into the soil, and then I'll be able to fill the tank back up. So let's get started. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, and some of these plants, I'll be using some super glue here so that I can put some on the rock and then use the plant to stick it on there. I ran out of super glue, so I'm gonna have to go to the store real quick. All right. Right, so I've made it back with the new glue. Let's get back to work. All right, so I think for today, that should do it. One trick I will try is to add this sponge filter in here. Yep, so this will help me cycle the tank a lot faster because there's all the beneficial bacteria is already on that sponge filter. So I'll leave this here overnight and maybe a couple days before I start adding shrimp in here. That way this sponge filter can start cycling the tank and it'll be ready pretty soon. So, all right, so it's been 24 hours and the sponge filter really cleared up the water as well as started the cycling process. So now let's add the shrimp. All right, so the cherry shrimp are all in there. There's 6 of them. My hope is that in the next few weeks they'll have some babies, and pretty soon this whole thing will be full of red shrimp, which I think is a great look with the black background and the green plants. There's pretty much like 3 colors in here, and I think that's awesome. So yeah, hopefully the plants keep on growing well and the shrimp get adjusted, and I'll make an update here in the next couple weeks. Alright, that's it for this video. If you need any of the things I use for this fish tank, I will link it in the description of the video. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed and thanks for watching.